A phishing attack is a type of cyber attack that aims to steal sensitive information, such as your login credentials, credit card numbers, and other personal information, by tricking victims into believing they're communicating with a trustworthy source. This is typically done through email, social media, or other digital channels where attackers pose as a legitimate entity, such as a bank or a well-known company, and send out messages that prompt the recipient to click on a link or to open an attachment that downloads malicious software or takes them to fake websites designed to steal their information. Phishing attacks can be very sophisticated and difficult to detect, as they often use branding and language that is very similar to the legitimate entity that they are impersonating. To avoid falling victims to a phishing attack, it is important to be cautious when receiving unsolicited messages or emails, to verify the identity of the sender, and to never enter sensitive information into a website unless you are certain it is authentic. One thing that I will do is, if I get an email from my bank or something that looks like my bank, I won't click the links, even if it says I should. I will go and log into the account and find the similar message in the account and figure out if it's a real issue or if it's a phishing attack. Let's take a look at some actual phishing attacks here. Bottom one, or bottom left here, your wallet will be suspended and your assets will be frozen. Okay, click here to download pictures. Yeah, we'll download the picture and see, and there we go, we get Trust Wallet. Kind of a poorly formatted email if you look at it this way. And a couple things I noticed right off. One, it's going to an email account called Steve_Bitcoin, which I don't use anymore. And I did use it for some crypto work way back when, but I have a different one now. It's going from Trust Wallet, sg.graphy.com. Okay, but right off, I've done a bit with crypto, and I've never heard of Trust Wallet, and I don't have a Trust Wallet. Everywhere that I have a wallet, I've saved it off, so I have a history of everything I've done. So I go back and look at my history list, and it's not there. So then let's look at the actual message. Trust Wallet requires all users to verify their wallets in order to comply with KYC regulations. Okay, KYC is Know Your Customers. What's interesting here is that several of the sentences have ended with commas instead of period. Sort of broken formatting there. And then this must be done by, and the date format, and again, I'm in the States, so I'm used to the US format, is not the standard US format that I get on most of the emails that I have that are set up for my account based off of my location. But it's February 11th, 2023 it has to be completed by, as a regulated financial service company. And then again, the comma at the end instead of a period, poor formatting. Here, this is what we call the impending doom, or at least I call it the impending doom close. I mean, you better do this by February 11th or else. And that's one of them we see a lot in the phishing attacks, is that they give you a deadline so that you've got a little bit of a panic maybe going on. Oh, if I don't do this, I'm going to lose this by then. We're required to verify your wallet on our platform. Your wallets on our platform. And we require all customers to verify their wallets to continue using our service. What if I don't complete the wallet notification? Okay, right there we're getting hit with another threat. What if I don't? Well, if you don't, your wallet will be restricted and your assets will be frozen. So normally any financial thing, even if this was a real wallet, which I don't know if it is or not, but it's not one I've used, it wouldn't literally give you 2 days to deal with it or it'll freeze your account. The other thing, a little bit of formatting here, usually you don't have a space before a question mark. And if you don't verify your wallet will be restricted, and then the click to verify your wallet. Now, as I mouse over this, what's interesting is it's going to a site on Blogspot. Now, I would bet that most cryptocurrency wallet platforms out there, they're not using Blogspot as the primary place for you to go and verify your information. If they are, I would really question the validity of that wallet to begin with. The red flags I'm seeing here, odd, sort of bogus looking domain that it's coming from. Who it's going to is a email address that I know that I don't use anymore. It's defunct and bogus. Date format, commas instead of periods at the end. The kind of stuff that someone who was really sending this out to their client base, if they were a legit organization, probably would catch. So that's an example of a real phishing email that I received. Now we'll take a look at another one. Challengely exchange has been linked to your wallet. Okay, so look at this. This is looking maybe, it calls out MetaMask. Now, one of the things is, yeah, I do use the MetaMask wallet. One of the things when you set up the MetaMask wallet is you don't have any email associated with it. So any email you ever get, ever related to MetaMask is bogus, spam, or a phishing attack because they don't have your email address. You don't need an email address for the MetaMask wallet. I've seen a lot of these where you get an email from someone claiming that you're going to lose your MetaMask wallet if you don't do these things quickly. Just not true. And again, this is going to the same Steve_Bitcoin address. The other one's going to Challengely exchange has been linked to your wallet. Okay, well, the exchange linked is PancakeSwap, a legit exchange. However, if indeed I was hooking up PancakeSwap to my MetaMask wallet, they don't have my email. They couldn't even tell me this. So you mouse over this remove app link here, and it's going to tinyurl.com, which is a website typically used as a URL shortener. TinyURL alone is not a bad thing, but it can be used to redirect to some bad websites. A lot of legit places will use TinyURL, but if it's something like you want to remove an app, like linking to something like an account, I would hope they wouldn't be using TinyURL for that. And then best, MetaMask support. MetaMask is a decentralized crypto wallet that does not have my email address. So if they don't have my email address, how can they be emailing me to tell me that this has happened? Just a lot of red flags here on these two. And they are both indeed totally bogus, totally phishing, totally scam emails. Now we'll take a look at another one, and this is really interesting. So this is from the Stellar team, and it's referring to a crypto called Stellar Lumens. And it says that staking is exclusively available for the first 12,500 owners who register and become approved. Okay, there is the urgency, the sense of urgency, or the impending doom, where, oh, it's only available for the first 12,500. I better get on this. Wow, let's start clicking and see what happens. But before we get to that, we jump back up to who did this come from? This is from the Stellar team, which I'm assuming they're trying to pretend that they're the Stellar who does Stellar Lumens. And it's coming from admin at namepo.com. Now, I would bet that someone that's one of the more mainstream cryptos like Stellar Lumens would probably have a domain name or something associated that's not namepo.com. And it's going, the next thing I notice is it's going to a bogus address of mine that I don't use anymore that's associated with some crypto trading from years ago called Steve_Bitcoin at Stedman.us. No longer used, and that's kind of a red flag anytime I see that, just like on our previous ones we looked at, that this could be or probably is bogus. Now let's look at the rest of the message. Now there's two types of incentives will be issued for participants, a regular inflation mechanism and a time-limited staking mechanism. For the purpose of the event, there will be, wow, 5.9 billion in XLM tokens that have been reassigned from the Stellar Developments Foundation inflation account. Ooh, but you got to get on this or you're going to totally lose out on the opportunity. That's what they're trying to imply here. That's a whole lot of coin or token that they're going to be giving away. If you look at the link on the Become a Staker button, it redirects through Google, going to another link redirector, which is genie.us, and then it redirects to something else. Another sign of a totally bogus link or phishing attack. I wouldn't trust anything that looks quite like that. Here's another example of a social engineering or a phishing type attack to try and gain access to my information. An email I received today appears they're trying to make me think that my Office 365 password is going to expire. Okay, so let's take a look at why I think that this is not real or this is some type of a phishing attack. First off, it comes from the Stedman Solutions portal, and far as I know, we don't have a Stedman Solutions portal. That's something that's new to me, and I'm the one who started the company. Yeah, we've never set up something as a Stedman Solutions portal, and that alone is a little bit fishy. Next, we look at who it came from. Service request, kind of generic, but then you look at who it actually came from. Is Angela at skyrestore.com. Okay, I don't know Angela, and I don't know what skyrestore.com is. Next, let's look at the body of the message. Inside the bottom of the message, it says Office 365, and then your activated password for Steve at Stedman Solutions expires today, Thursday, February 9th. See below. Well, first off, that Microsoft usually does a better job on their emails, and they wouldn't put every word capitalized. That seems a bit absurd for their type of warning emails. Next, we're going to take a look at what this link for Stay with Current Password is. I'm just going to mouse over it rather than clicking it. And it looks like it's going to daily.news.humanevents.com, which really doesn't seem like a Microsoft website. If this really was Office 365, they probably wouldn't offer me an option to stay with my current password, and if they did offer any links, it would link back to something related to Microsoft, not to humanevents.com. Now, I'm assuming that if I was to click this, and I'm not going to do that, but if I did, it would take me to some site where it's going to prompt me for my current password in order to stay with that current password. And also, Microsoft would never give you a chance to stay with your current password if they were really forcing you to change your password. Nobody does that. If I was to click that, I would probably get prompted for my Steve at StedmanSolutions.com password, and there you go. They'd have access to my Office 365 account. Consider me hacked at that point. So for the hackers out there who are sending these emails, it's so easy to get lists of email addresses and then to just send out millions of emails about Office 365 or about whatever product that people commonly sign up for and hope that someone gets tricked into clicking this and actually entering their password because they're afraid that they're going to lose access to their account. Now that's the other thing, is that there's this what we call like the impending doom issue with this. Like, it expires today, you better do it or you're going to lose your access. Usually when a password expires from a legitimate vendor, they're not going to force you to change it today. You're going to be forced to change it next time you log in, typically. This is, you better do it today or else. The point is, there are so many of these that go out every single day, billions of them probably to different people, and there's enough people who actually get tricked into clicking something that it can really compromise your own personal finances or your personal accounts or your business. Keep in mind that if someone can gain access to your email account, which they could by going through Office 365, then they have the ability to reset every other password on every other account that you've ever signed up using that email. Because they can just go and say, oh, let's trigger a password reset. And then from there, it goes to your email, which they then have control over. So be aware, be vigilant, don't give away passwords, don't get hacked by these type of phishing attacks. I hope this helps you to stay safe in this world of hackers and where cybersecurity is such an important thing that you have to be aware of every day and every time you're checking your email. Have a great day.